Oh, I just got asked a very interesting question. My partner Ryan said to me, does Kamaru Usman need to move up, meaning in weight, go from 170 to 185? Does he need to move up to cement himself in MMA history? Champ is a very real thing. There's no way around that. As soon as somebody does it, then everybody else wants to do it and wants their opportunity. And these competitors are out there collecting hardware. As many ribbons, as many medals, as many belts, as many trophies as you can possibly get. That's how you get titles, guys. A lot of people will do that through college. They'll go and get a doctorate so that they can be called doctor, by example. Once you achieve, so you have to achieve something. You have to win to have titles. You can do the same thing in sport. You win matches, matches turn into tournaments, tournaments turn into titles. Does not matter how good you are if you did not go get a title. You want to be called something. David Taylor just spoke about this when he won the Olympics. He was very happy to be Olympic champion, but the biggest thing for David Taylor was just simply, for the rest of my life, I will be referred to as Olympic champion. He was the NCAA champion, they don't call him champ. He was the world champion, they don't call him champ. You win the Olympics forever, they will refer to you as Olympic champion, and that drove a young man to the highest of levels. Just to offer an example to show you the importance of this, take it back to Usman. No. The answer is no. We have evidence right now, which is Khabib Nurmagomedov is being called the greatest of all time, and the people that aren't calling him that are giving it to George St. Pierre. I sit in the George St. Pierre column, but you can see where you're in damn good company, and the reason I bring in Khabib is Khabib refused to leave that weight class. Khabib had a different philosophy and a different code, and his code was anyone, anywhere, anytime, right here. I don't change for you. You change for me. I don't come to you. You come to me. I'm not here to prove it. You need to come and take it. There's an honor in that. There was an honor in that messaging by Khabib, and it worked. 29-0 turns out to be the most beautiful record in all of sport. Khabib's dominance, proved by more 10-8 rounds than anybody else. Wonderful thing. This was his approach. Henry Cejudo, who's a champ, and an Olympic champ in a different sport in a different way. Henry Cejudo's actually is Triple C. He's a champion. Amanda Nunes, George St. Pierre. It's hard to argue around those guys. Daniel Cormier, Randy Couture. I mean, we're talking about Matt Rushmore level status, right? Usman's in an even different spot. Usman, Adesanya, and Ngannou do not understand what a hot hand they're sitting on. 3 countrymen are going to have to team up, but just imagine the visual. Imagine the poster with the flag in the background, the 3 athletes, the 3 horsemen in the picture. Gold belt, gold belt, gold belt. Imagine what those 3 could do if they teamed up. And they are all very proud of one another. And Ngannou has put Kamaru Usman in his corner before. Kamaru Usman has said, I would never go up to 185 because that's Izzy's spot. That's beautiful, and that's real. These guys are being serious. One of the best pieces I've ever seen made in MMA was made by ESPN, and it was over the weekend. I have seen videos, and I love them, of guys hitting focus mitts. And I love them of them puking in a trash can and them jumping rope and the sweat coming down and you get the speed bag. I love those kind of videos. I watch them all the time. The best video I've ever seen in fighting did none of those things. It was Kamaru Usman taking a plane back home. And Kamaru spoke on this, and you could see the pride that he had in doing this for his people, and you could see the joy and excitement they had in seeing one of their own go out and achieve. It was the most powerful piece I've ever seen in MMA to build a fight, ever. And it had nothing to do with the punches and the kicks and the takedowns. It was very fascinating. So I know that these 3 guys have this. I know they have this pride. I know they have this love. I know they have this adoration and appreciation. I want to see it more. I want them teamed up. I want the 3 horsemen to be formed. I want them all side by side, shirts off, belts on, holding up 3. I want the 3 horsemen defined, but I have to come and sell you guys on this idea when I tell you absolutely Kamaru Usman in these circumstances does not need to move up. Absolutely not. friend against friend, brother against brother. It doesn't work. There's something about it that doesn't feel right. And that champ stuff is really nothing more than that. It's a title. It's something that you have. I have no evidence that, historically speaking, the guys that went and did it got a larger participation financially just by example. The mere fact that George St. Pierre did do it, and there is a part of the population, it's 40%. It's not the majority part, but it's millions upon millions of people believe that what Khabib did is better. If Champ was just better, there wouldn't be this 40-60 discussion with George and Khabib. Right? I mean, you get my point. I'm just trying to prove a point. I do want to see the marketing with those three guys. I want to see more of this Ngannou sticking Kamaru, either in his corner as part of his training camp. I want to hear from Kamaru more about how he would never go up and try to take on Izzy. I want to hear from Izzy about how much he respects Ngannou and that he would never tangle with Kamaru. I want them to bond. I want them to do it publicly. I want the posters made. I want the story told. These guys are sitting on one of the hottest hands in sport right now, and it's being missed. And everything I just told you, you know to be true. You don't disagree with anything that I just said. But that needs to include the part where I'm saying they're not steering into this enough. They need to make this clear. When the Irish came in, Conor McGregor had that great statement, and you saw Casey steal it over the weekend, which is, we're not here to take part, we are here to take over. There is something in that. You saw Michael Bisping come to the UFC, do as well as he did. He brought an entire nation with him. These are very real things to represent within sport. It's what the Olympic Games is based around. Fully. Our countrymen versus your countrymen. Get some points, get a time. Let us know who the winner is. This is what the NCAA is based on. They just do it for colleges and state versus state. It's what sport is made about. And these three, Ngannou, Usman, Izzy, they're sitting on one of the great untold stories we've ever had.